Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to plan for a better year in 2023. First of all, I want you to reflect on the past year. What were your challenges? What were your accomplishments? What did you learn from them? Did you have losses? Did you have wins? What did you learn from these lessons? Based on these events, what do you think you can do to make this year better? These insights will help you set realistic goals for the year ahead. Do you want to focus on your career, relationships, personal growth, or maybe something else? I want you to make a list of your goals and prioritize them. As economists will say, create a scale of preference. This will help you stay focused and motivated throughout the year. The first thing to do is to figure out where you are. You have to know where you are at the moment before you can make strides forward. I don't want you to assume anything. I want you to write down all your failures last year. Let's start with failures. What did you set out to accomplish in the beginning of the year? What were your New Year resolutions? I know a lot of people bring up New Year resolutions so they can have something to talk about when others are making plans. But really, I want you to list out all the things you set out to achieve last year. Were you able to accomplish them? Which did you accomplish? Once you've done this, it creates a clearer goal for where you are at the moment so that you can know what next to do. This is also important because, let's say, for example, you didn't really achieve all you set out to accomplish last year. There has to be a reason for that. So now you can go ahead to make personal life changes that can help you accomplish your goals or at least move you closer to your goals this year. The next thing you want to do is to set specific and achievable goals for the year. Once you've figured out where you are at the moment, then it's easy to think about where you want to be in the next year. It is also important to be realistic. You have to stay realistic with your goals. I know people say dream big, but it doesn't really always work all the time. Yes, you can have aspirations, you can have goals, you can have long term goals, you can even shoot for the moon if you want. But the truth is, little wins matter. So it's important to take your wins in strides, little by little, left, right. That's how you create big wins. What I also want you to do is to create smart goals. As I said, it is important to dream big because obviously you have to dream big. But it is also important to break down your goals into small, measurable units. This will help you with accountability and it will also help you figure out where you are at that particular moment. So now you know what you want to do for the year. You know what your goals are. The next question is, how do you get there? How do you achieve these goals? So now you need to create steps to achieve these goals. Let's say I'm a web designer, for example, and my goal for the year is to increase my income by 35%. So how do I go about achieving this? I can start from creating a list of what my business usually entails. How do I go about my business? What are my marketing strategies? By doing this, I am giving myself room to be able to improve on what I already have. I can then come up with new strategies that will help me boost my income. For example, let's say how I usually go about my business previously was to create social media posts, write proposals, cold pitch, and maybe run sponsored ads sometimes. So now I know how I used to do things, but how do I make that better? For this year, I could go one step further by positioning my brand as an expert in the web design field. How do I do this? I can create various tutorials for beginners. I can even create troubleshooting videos for some common web design problems. So that means one of my plans for the year might be to open a YouTube channel where I can post these videos. I could also create other versions of these videos for my social media accounts. It is quite easy to come up with strategies, but sticking to strategies and being consistent with them is a different scenario entirely. So all year, you have to make sure you hold yourself accountable and get distracted as little as possible. Let me be sincere with you. There is very little growth you can make career-wise if you don't improve your skills. To get better pay at work, you have to improve your knowledge. You have to get different skills. You have to do various courses, just something to put you at an advantage over others. The same is true if you're an entrepreneur. Let's say I'm into e-commerce business, for example. And in the previous year, all I used to do was post my products on WhatsApp for people to see. Then those who are interested can message me and buy from me. But that means you'll be dealing with a very little pool of people. So how do you improve that? For this year, one of the things you can choose to do is to educate yourself about running ads. If you have the budget, you can even hire a digital marketer to do that for you. By doing that, you are opening up your business to more audience, which, if done well, will translate to more sales for you. It is very important to never stop learning. You have to learn every day. Every little opportunity you get to learn something, make sure you learn. I know it's not always easy learning new things, especially when you have a busy schedule, but I want you to invest time in your growth because that is the only way for you to grow in your career. That is the only way for you to improve your standard of living, the only way for you to improve your income. So, whether it is taking courses or attending workshops, I want you to do something. Do something about your growth. Learn something. As you're doing this, you can also work on getting a mentor in your field, someone who has done what you want to do, someone who has done it, did it, someone who has achieved there. This makes it easier for you to ask questions and get ideas from an expert perspective. The next thing for you to do is to review your plans as the year goes on. You can decide to review your plans maybe every 2 months, every 3 months. By doing this, you are holding yourself accountable because when you know you have to review what you have achieved between January to March, for example, you would want to put in the work to make sure you have measurable achievements by the time you want to review. Also, I know I said it is easy to come up with strategies, but what is difficult is adjusting. Let's say you've come up with strategies on how to have a better year financially, for example, and things aren't just working out the way you thought it would. What you want to do is go back to the drawing board, go back to the initial plans that you had. Think about what you're doing wrong or what just isn't working at that moment. Then you can decide to make changes or even brainstorm on other ideas. A lot of people are solopreneurs or solo workers, as I call it. People who prefer to get things done on their own. But the thing is, there is a truth in the popular saying that your network is your net worth. So, whichever career you find yourself, or whichever environment you find yourself, it is important that you start building relationships with people, especially people in the same field as you are. By building relationships and having more professionals around you, it makes it easier for you to achieve your goals. For example, let's say I'm a web designer and I'm looking for ways to improve my income, and my usual strategies are not just working for me. What I can do is to build relationships and partnerships with professionals in other fields. What I mean is, I can become friends with a consultant, for example, or even a digital marketer. By doing this, I give myself room for these people to refer me to their clients whenever they need my services. I know some people might be wondering, what if I am an introvert? How do I go about this? I just don't like being friends with people. I just love my personal space. But I am sorry to tell you, there is really no growth in being an introvert towards your personal growth. You have to force yourself to go out there to make things happen for yourself. So, yes, please network. It doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, it is very important to network, especially with professionals in similar fields or closely related fields to what you're doing. So, no, they sit down for hours, they form local champion. Sure, you get. The last thing you want to do is to celebrate your wins, no matter how intangible it is to you. I want you to celebrate the tiniest of wins. If you learned something new today, celebrate it. If you make 3 more sales than you usually do, celebrate it. Also, celebrating your wins motivates you to do more. It gives you a sense of being, and it might just be the inspiration you need to actually go out there and make things happen. If you have more ideas on how to make your year more memorable or achieve more of your goals, please leave a comment. Also, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.